because, for example, who is this young guy that is talking to us, or if you see the program, who is Studio 3A, that in Italy is Studio 3A. So let's start, and I explain you all. So the start of... Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are me? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. For put me even under pressure a little bit more,
yeah.
They also give me a mic. So I'm registered, so I can't make any kind of mistakes.
That's the way we work.
Okay. So this is the title of our presentation, Why Beyond the Funeral, the Role of the Association in Delivering Justice Without Borders. So first of all, let's give you a little bit introduction about who is Studio 3A. We are a joint stock company that is settled, of course, in Italy, and that is started in 1997 with our CEO and the founder of the society, that is Mr. Hermes Trovò, that is here with us. Hermes in 1997 as a mission, as an idea. And this idea is that every family that suffers a tragedy should never feel alone against this kind of tragedy. Okay, here in Italy, but in each country of Europe, all over the world, people suffer the issues like road accident, like job accident, like medical malpractice case. Okay, everyone sees the journals, sees the TV. We already know about that. So when Studio 3A steps in this case, when this tragedy happens, okay, in a lot of time, people as not only to fight against the tragedy, but have also to fight against bureaucratic stuff, legal issues, okay? And for us, it's important that families will only take care about their pain. Studio 3A doesn't want to replace this pain, but only want to give an important help for them to only take care about what they are thinking about. Okay, and for this reason, for a lot of years in Italy, we work side by side with funeral companies that accompanies family in this process. Okay, and when it happens, it's important that people at least have justice. Okay, and this is why we are here today, because funeral companies and associations are strictly connected. I know that in the first part of the meeting, probably you talk a lot about numbers, okay? But I need to start from numbers, okay? So, oh no, it's to give me some minutes. It's good to take time, of course.
And take your time. I started my day by saying, technology is not my thing.
Technology is always a problem because it helps only when we doesn't care. So I put a little bit system here, so it's easier for us. But I remember, of course, this number by my memory. For example, I know that Studio 3A, as I said, was built in 1997. And in this start, we have only one office, one small office next to here in Venice, okay? And when Hermes started, he's tried to make fight. And nowadays, we just arrived in 2025 to get a 10 millions of revenue, okay? We have about 80 employees in our company, and all over 450 collaborators, like lawyers, like engineers, like medicals, okay? But the most important date for us is the case that we are managed to work, okay? In 1 year, we can probably manage about 5K of cases, okay? But if we focus on this number and we thought about how many families are in a single case. Okay, probably we...
Andrea, feel free to take a break and get it sorted.
No problem. I'm trained to manage the problems. Hermes loved that I said this sentence. So I talk about 500 cases. So these cases, of course, means that a lot of family, thanks for us, okay, have help, have the right help, have the right compensation. Wow, it works.
Yay.
And of course, as I said you, and as we see there.
Yeah.
Okay. Not so good at the moment, but...
Is it the connection?
But it's good, so it's important this slide at the moment. As I said in the first data, we are the first and only joint stock company in our field, in the damage compensation. And what it means in Italy to be a joint stock company, it means consistency, it means that we are solid, and it means, of course, transparency with our clients, okay? Let's move on and let's talk about how we work, okay? As I said you, we are strictly connected with funeral companies, okay? Nowadays, we have a lot of agreements with the singular funeral companies and with associations in Italy. Our method is a no-risk method for the clients. What it means? When the tragedy happens, okay, a family is struck by a fatal road accident, like you can read there. So we take care of the clients, of everything. What it means? Our structure, as I said you before, of a 10 million of revenue, could bring us to take care about all the payments. Okay, for example, there is a fatal road accident and we didn't know how the driver and why the driver have a problem. Okay, it could be the damage, but it could be even he felt sick. Okay, medicals are so expensive, but if you have a structure like us behind you, you can take care of that because we advance all the payment for the clients, like medicals, like lawyers, like engineers that make the reconstruction of the dynamic of the accident, for example, okay? And this make calm all the clients, okay? Because if they have a meeting with a lawyer, okay, let's talk. Let's introduce you. Okay, it's 500 euros. Wow. It's a bit difficult for them to think about money in this moment when they suffered a loss, okay? And this method makes them comfortable and to think only about what they take care of, their family, okay? And with this method, we take our payment that we have made in advance only if we can get the compensation, because if we aren't able to get the compensation, all the costs are in loss for our society, okay? So in which way? In this way, it's easier for the client because it's a 0% of case, okay? And here in Italy, in this about 30 years of experience, we noticed that this model takes care and makes good stuff. Oh no, again. So we test this model with funeral companies like you, and we see that it could be a win-win-win system. What it means? That if a funeral company that is the first one who met the people who suffered this kind of tragedy, and that the funeral company is already taught to how to manage this kind of cases. Who is better than you that every day sees people that they died, that have families which die in a good way, in a bad way, you see everything, okay? So let's take care about the client. You know, when you take care about the client, which is better, to only give them the funeral idea, or if we can manage to give another service for them? Okay. In these cases, we notice that sometimes people doesn't know how to do, what to do, because it's difficult. Okay, if you can recommend one society that could take care of everything, this could be better even for your clients, because they already know how to move. Okay, a simple meeting can take care of everything, and this is a win-win condition. Is not easy for me if you doesn't help me. And why it is a win-win condition? Because if a society like us has this kind of revenue, we can have, of course, a share of a percentage even from the funeral company. And if an association introduces us a funeral company, even the association can take value from this model. Okay. For this reason, is a win-win-win for the clients that is calm, that they care about their family, and that could have the fair compensation at the end of the case. Is take care for a funeral company that gives another service and that make a client happy. And this take care of the association, because the association has all the vision about their funeral companies. And the association, of course, can take care about everything, can coordinate something, can have, as I said before, the visions of everyone. And if they also create values from this model, it's even easier for them to make meeting like this, for their associating to talk, to have a good hotel for them, for example. I don't know in which way association can spend their money, because it's your stuff and I can't get involved in your stuff, because I see how it's going to take care about this kind of organization. Me and Luca have a lot of costs and it's a very difficult job. So I think that this model can help everyone. Okay, so this win-win-win model is why we are here. But of course, as I said before, we are in Italy, because if the slides help me, I could show in which country we are, because we are not only the first and the only joint stock company in Italy, but we are the only society in the field of damage compensation that already go beyond the borders. Okay, we start a project in July that is already operative in Albania. Okay, that take care about in the same model of the clients like in Italy, and since September we have already in Romania, and we are operative right now in these two countries. Okay, this is a project that took a lot of time, and Andrea, I'm the international strategy lead of all this project. Okay, and this is why I'm here. Okay, to give an answer to you at the first question when we start. Okay, so in which way we can help each other? Our results in Italy, and we came back to numbers, sees that we are over 1.8K of agreements with funeral companies. We start in 2018 with this kind of project, and now we have 1.8 agreements, rights agreement with all these kind of companies, and we gives to this company fees and commissions in this year. Nowadays, we are over the 3.8 millions of euros for this company, okay, to funeral companies and to association. And this model is not only business, because it's an ethical model, it's a sustainable model, and we see in Albania and in Romania that is a scalable model, okay, because we can make everything in every place.
I have a question, because I'm not sure I understood quite well. you operate mostly after car accidents or tragic death.
Yeah.
Not people dying at hospital, I guess.
Yeah, of course, we take care about cases that involves medical malpractices. Okay. Okay. So in this kind of tragedy, where people are have a lot of confusion in their mind, we take care about everything.
And how do you have access to the family before the funeral director? Because I mean, most of the families are going directly when someone dies, go to the funeral director, and I mean they can shift you.
Yeah.
And what happens then? Because
what happens when
you do not. I understand that if you are aware that there is a car accident somewhere because the family calls you.
Yeah.
Then you can operate, but if you're not aware about it, how do you proceed?
So in Italy, it's easy because journals says everything. Okay. Journals, the press, the newspapers,
online news
says everything. Probably in each country is something like that, and we see that in Albania and Romania because I think about 1 hour that the car accident happened, we already know everything about that. Who is died, how is died.
So you mean the press is calling you, or you just read the press and you have access to
we read the press and we have access to all the data, but of course, when we go straightly direct to a family, it's a little bit harder for us. But if we get funeral companies that, I don't know how to say perfectly, but that explain our services, that is a company that which would take care about this kind of stuff, it's easier even for the family because you perfectly know, funeral companies perfectly know how to talk about this family that suffer a tragedy because you every day sees people that died. I'm sure that is a little bit direct, but this is
I understand that.
the way that we works.
I can't see where you operate. I mean, maybe Luca, you can explain it, but
if I may interrupt for just one moment, I think there is a little bit of a misunderstanding because Studio 3A has 1,800 agreements with funeral homes and funeral associations.
They find a partner in a funeral home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're not
partnership. They give support. Excuse me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
They give support to the families. So the funeral home can say to the family.
Yeah, can introduce us.
The tragedy. Actually, it's a car crash with the deceased. It's a tragedy. They say, okay, we can count on Studio 3A because they can give the right support to the family.
And to get the fair compensation.
They don't know where to go ahead. I mean, they lost the aid because
the tragedy is very hard.
So hard for them and so they can give you the right way to get the right compensation.
Okay,
but not only the compensation.
Yeah, we talk only about the compensation. Yeah.
But in the middle, does not exist in France, for instance. That's why I was asking. I mean, compensation.
There is in France.
Well, you got compensation if you subscribe to a pre-need contract.
No, compensation. I mean, after the damage.
After the damage.
If after crash accident, you will ask to the insurance. Right, compensation.
Everyone get an insurance.
They are the part that assists the client
and talk about insurance.
In front of the field, it's like a lawyer who is.
It's not a
he
also has a lawyer, organization, lawyer, engineer who is supporting the family in the process of recuperation from insurance.
Yeah.
And I think the misunderstanding.
No life insurance. The car insurance.
Yeah, money. This is, you have a crash, you have a problem, and you need support to solve the problems with engineers, with lawyers, and so on. And then they are supporting as organization you in finding the right people in the right place, giving them support. The only thing is, I try to understand is how to, where the money of the support, how you will be paid from this
of course, at the end, only if we get a compensation, we take a little percentage because
Funeral director.
no, from the clients, from the clients.
From the compensation that the family.
Yeah, a success fee. It's a win-win because we take if we have a percentage, better we have the compensation, better is our honorary.
If you have success in the compensation for the family, you take a fee.
Yeah,
If not,
if we not, we take zero, and all the advance payment are in loss for us.
Now it makes sense.
They put like they negotiate in behalf of the family with insurance.
Yeah.
This is the point.
Okay.
And to do that, they have a big system.
Yeah.
Composed by
Lawyers, medical directors,
doctor,
engineers.
engineer, lawyer, and insurance expert that work to get the right compensation from the insurance.
Yeah.
And they can come from the car accident or maybe from the hospital.
Yeah,
If you
of
have
course.
some bad
Of course.
practice by the medical doctor, maybe you can.
But if you lose, that means that the family pays
That-
you.
no.
Or it's zero.
Is zero.
It's a loss.
Even if the payment of a lawyer, the payment of an engineer, the payment of a medical doctor that take care about the autopsy, for example, are in loss for us. Okay, because we know how to take care of the risks. Okay, this is our model, and this is why it's a zero risk for the client.
what is the percentage of the fee that you get from the compensation?
Which is the percentage? It takes. It depends from the country, because every country has its market.
Sorry, one more question.
Yeah,
But
I'm sorry if I
you
give my shoulder.
evaluate in each case what is the risk and what is the chance to get compensation.
So we have a.
Decide to take actions or you refrain from action.
Of course. For example, if we know from a press or even from the clients that the one who drive was drunk, for example, it's harder for us to take care about that, because how we can get a fair compensation.
One moment, please.
Yeah.
Could I please ask you not to have, it's very
but
difficult.
I'm doing some.
You're doing some
translation
translation,
for
okay.
Emilio, that's why.
All right,
I tried to explain
Okay.
him how it
All
works,
right.
and he says.
maybe
well,
a little bit quieter if you don't, I'm sorry, kindly asking.
No problem,
Because I
Anke.
was not able to follow any of that
Sure, sorry
explanation, I'm
about that.
sorry.
No problem.
Maybe just a little whisper.
I can't already know French and Spanish and all the language, but only English.
And he's Belgian and Italian, so.
And even Italian, I know a little bit Italian. I know. Ah, è più facile, potevi dirmelo che parlavo meno. Ho fatto una fatica a parlare inglese.
Va bene.
Wonderful. So Marco's question was, you make the decision if you go forward?
Yeah,
with
of course. Our model as the first one who take care about the client is a consultant. Okay, a consultant that have a free consultation with the client. Okay, and in that moment we choose if we move on or if we stop. Okay, so the ability of the consultant is of course to take the better cases that we need, because if we work at percentage, if we get a better compensation for the clients, is even a better fee for us, and a better fee for funeral company, and a better fee for funeral association. Okay, so it's easier for us to work good, because we need to work good. Because if you work bad, we don't have enough money to make all these kind of processes. Okay, I don't know if I answer of all your issues. Okay, perfect.
And I have one more
Yes,
question.
a lot of question. I doesn't.
Sorry, Andrea. I think there was a misunderstanding on how you find your client, and that you asked,
Yeah, that's
how do
my
you get
first
to,
question.
exactly.
I'm
I
sorry
think,
guys about these questions. because-
no, it's perfect,
No.
because
I'm here to answer for your questions. It's not a problem.
I think there might be a misunderstanding that Studio 3A is out on the streets trying to find dead people. I don't think that's the idea.
Of course not.
The first point of contact, as a general rule, is through the funeral
Yeah,
home
of course.
or the funeral association that you have one of these 1,800 agreements with.
Yeah, the
right?
funeral company is
Yeah.
probably the first one who sees our potential client, of course, and the one who introduces us, of course, to the client. But it's not you must go with them.
Okay.
It's like
his question.
Okay, it's not you must go with them. We not have a kind of agreement in which if we don't introduce us to a client, no, it's bad. Every client. Ok, sorry. Non abbiamo un modello che prevede che se un'impresa funebre non ci presenta un cliente con l'impresa funebre, noi entriamo in conflitto, ok? Perché, ad esempio, in Italia ci sono circa 200.000 avvocati, quindi è chiaro che ogni persona può avere un amico, può avere un avvocato di famiglia.
Come ho potuto capire qui, lei ha detto così, che faceva tutto, dopo dava un'impresa di pompe funebre e non lasciate alla famiglia di scegliere l'impresa che voleva.
No, assolutamente no, noi non c'entriamo niente con la scelta dell'impresa funebre. Assolutamente.
Quello è come facciamo noi. Allora io ho i contratti tutti i giorni, perché c'è delle assicurazioni che hanno fatto, che dicevano facciamo tutto noi, e firmava, e dopo prendeva l'impresa del paese che voleva prendere la famiglia, voleva prendere quella ditta là, e che l'assicurazione l'avevano dato da un altro.
No, assolutamente, non è il nostro tipo di business, assolutamente. Perché non siamo una compagnia assicurativa.
Loro sono dei calmieratori, loro fanno gli interessi della famiglia nei confronti dell'assicurazione.
Nei confronti dove vendono l'assicurazione?
No,
fanno
loro tutelano la famiglia.
Noi tuteliamo la famiglia.
Perché io faccio dei contratti una decina a quasi a 10-20 alla settimana. Quando domandiamo alla famiglia, quello che viene deve dire tutto. Io voglio fare la messa, voglio fare questo, voglio fare quello, e questo noi l'assicurazione dice 5.000 euro. Io l'assicuro per 5.000, l'assicurazione l'assicura per 5.000 euro, e dopo, al momento in cui è il problema che deve dire quello che muore, che è morto, nel contratto che ha fatto, deve dire lui sceglie un'impresa, e così lo mettiamo sul contratto, perché se non mette un familiare, cosa fa il familiare? Prende i soldi e dopo non la dà più alla famiglia.
Ho capito, però questo è un caso totalmente
sì, esatto, sì.
Cioè, non è un committed, questo non è un contratto.
Mi dispiace che che lei l'abbia vissuto.
Excuse me, I have a suggestion.
Yeah, and even other question.
Yeah, we have some more questions, and of course not all of us speak Italian.
Yeah.
We have lots of time later lots of time later to go into detailed questions. I think I caught that it was confirmed that the contact to the client is through the funeral home, then through you, in a very dignified way.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. Funeral company.
All of the detailed questions we can save for lunchtime, next break, or whatever, if that's okay. Yeah, because so many of us could not follow what you were speaking about. And the next question was from Kathleen.
Thank you.
Related with what Luca explained,
yeah.
Partners in
I think you need to speak up.
In associations and funeral directors and so on. To be your partner as a funeral director or as an association, we have to pay?
No, our agreements are completely free, okay? Because
it consists in that agreement.
In that agreement, so if there is a case that, for example, this kind of case, road accident, medical malpractices cases, job accident, and this family goes to the funeral company to make the funeral, okay? Funeral company can introduce the Studio 3A services or gives them a question. Do you want to meet a society that could take care about everything of this kind of legal stuff that's very hard, and take care about the insurance problem that directly talk about insurance? In this case, if we later take the mandate, so if the client signs with us, the funeral companies as a percentage, okay? This is the model. Okay. And the agreement is totally free. And okay, I answer. Okay, No problem.
Murat from Turkey.
Yeah, we already know.
Yes. As repatriation company, we have two clients. One is payer, the second one is the families. But some of our clients, we have data processing agreement that we are sharing some names from our office who is processing the family's data.
Okay.
Okay. And how you have a solution with the association or the Italian funeral directors that they can share families' information with you?
Sorry.
So, so according to the data protection law, we are not able to share the family's data.
Okay.
With which we sign agreement with our payer clients.
Of course, I understand.
We receive this data from our payers.
Okay, I understand it.
Family interests, we are not able to share this information with you.
And
so how do you get a solution with the Italian company?
So the solution is that when the funeral company talk with the client that have suffered a loss, okay, they could easily spoke about our services and ask them, do you want to know and to meet Studio 3A people? Okay, because they will take care about the bureaucratic stuff for your compensation. Okay, so in this case, you don't give us all the data, but you ask to the family if they want to meet us.
According to the agreement with some of our clients, we are not able to share the family data with you. We need to request a permission from our clients.
Sorry.
I think that
you misunderstood.
Yeah.
They don't share any data. They propose to the family
a service, a support.
If the family agrees, they don't share data. They give to the family the number of Andrea. Andrea will meet, and before to collect the data, Andrea make the family sign an agreement. So after the agreement, they can handle data, but before they don't handle data.
If you have a case directly with the family, it works. But if you have a case from the payer, we need to ask our payer.
Who is the payer? Who is the payer?
Payer is the insurance company.
Yeah,
so
but the insurance company.
No, it doesn't work. In this case, it doesn't work.
Yeah, no, but
I get what you mean.
When you have a disease and it's an accident and the insurance company take care of and say to the funeral director, you have to organize it and I pay you. In that case,
in that case, you're right, because you are not direct with the family that can handle the direct of
I understand. Okay.
Information and data. Yes, it's right. Yes, it's a limit in this case.
If to give another explanation, in Italy, clients take care about everything, okay? Even our society, a lot of time, can also advance the payment of the funeral to the funeral company. I know that in other country, insurance pay for the funeral, anticipate the funeral, and then they get back from the compensation. But for example, in Italy, in Albania, in Romania, it doesn't the same, okay? I know that, for example, in France, I think there is a funeral insurance.
Yes.
So people pay monthly a quote.
600,000 contracts sold per year.
For example, a quote for have a good funeral when it happened.
Yeah.
Okay. In Italy, it's a little bit different. Okay. And for this, it's even easier for us to take agreements with funeral companies because it's not always easy for clients to pay the funeral. And imagine if the clients wants a big funeral, but he can't pay it. Okay. In this case, what we do is advance the payment of the funeral to give a dignitosity funeral for the client, and then at the end of the compensation, we ask the payment of the funeral to the insurance, okay? And we re-enter it about the payment.
So you advance the cash.
Not properly cash, because we are a joint stock company, but we pay as a wire transfer. We with this kind of models.
I mean, cash.
We don't see cash since 6 years probably.
Because it's not because you have a debt funeral insurance that you can't.
No, we don't have funeral insurance. Is a payment that we take care from our revenue. Okay.
So in summary, there is no contact between Studio 3A and an insurance company because the insurance company does that direct.
Is our enemy.
The contact is to the funeral home, to the repatriation partner, or to a funeral association. That's the line of contact.
Yeah, okay. Perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I spent enough time.
Oh, absolutely.
No,
without the slide. It's all white. I prefer all orange.
You will be giving me the presentation so I can
share everything?
With our minute?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Is there anything that you really want to show?
I think that I talk enough, so it's okay. It's okay. If you share all the presentation, it's even easier for everyone to see what I said.
Okay. I will put the
and it's right better than me there.
I will put them in the minutes, of course, for everyone. I think we have lots of time at lunch during the break and so on.
Yeah, of course.
Have one-to-one question-answer sessions.
I'm here for everything, of course.
FENIOF has been working with Studio 3A for a while already.
We have a collaboration. Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Alessandro, who's left, there he is. Alessandro, maybe the day-to-day business you can also.
Alessandro is in the back because my colleagues are in the back. Is this the collaboration? They are talk about the collaboration even now.
Yeah, the lovely gentleman in the back corner there is the creative mind and the founder.
The creative mind and the founder,
Studio 3A, correct?
And the actual CEO of the company, of course, of the company in Italy and the company in Albania and the company in Romania. Mm-hmm. All start from his mind.
And in which countries? You are also working everywhere.
You said it says here 17 countries.
Yeah, we are representative offices in 17 countries already, but at the moment we are operative in these 3. Okay, there we can take care about if an Italian people dies there, okay, or if in a French people that dies in Italy, for example. At the moment, in the other countries, we have this kind of model, but our target is to get operative in all the 17 countries that we are focused on.
And I just have another question. Do you know of competitors in Europe?
Yeah, there are competitors everywhere, like in every job. Okay. We saw, for example, that in Albania, there isn't this kind of society, but lawyers take care of everything. Okay. In Romania, there are a lot of society like us that takes care, and that the same model. It's a little bit strange for us that we start to know the market in Romania and we see, oh, they write the same thing of us, for example. And for this reason, we start to go beyond our borders, because we see that if they write the same things, probably our model is scalable. We can do pretty whatever we want, okay? And if it works, we hope that it works, but now in Albania and in Romania it works, we can share to other countries.
We have a question from Michel from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
By example, Andrea, you say percentages are different for a country.
Sorry, the
percentages are different for every country.
Well,
the fees.
The fees, of course, the fees are different because, for example, we notice in Albania, for example, that lawyers take the 50%.
50%.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Somebody passes away here in Italy with a car accident, and he gets a compensation for 1 million euros.
Yeah.
How many euros do you take from that?
I don't know if I can say that.
Why not?
Okay.
Because this is my CEO here. We take care about the 10%. Okay. With the advance of all payment, okay, in Italy.
Then we have a car accident with one person who will pass away. But what happens with an air crash?
If a plane,
yes.
This
that money for every person who passed away.
Well, if every people wants to come with us, of course, we can manage even these complex cases. For example, in 2021, I think, I don't remember the exact year, we take care of the case of an avalanche that happened next to Rome. Okay, in Genova, 5 years ago, a bridge fell down, and we take care about one family in this way. These are complex cases that is very hard for us to take care, but we of course manage to take care of us, because if the slide works, you can see that we have 450 collaborators that could help in every kind of stuff of compensation damages. So if our employers does know something, okay, the other one can help us because we have agreements with them, okay? So this is to answer to your question, if I answer, okay.
And you handle about 5,000 claims a year, totally?
Here in Italy?
Totally, or here in Italy?
In Italy, we take care about 5K cases for a year. That means also all the relatives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
See.
you just to explain the work of your app to find the work in progress of your project?
Yeah, of course. To manage everything, we completely delayed the papers. Okay, so we have an internal development software. Okay, that is already in development that take care of everything, and to make sure that all the partners have all the stuff that we are doing and knows everything about us. We have a reserved area in which we explain every part of our job for the clients and for the commercial partners. So if a funeral company, if we advance a payment for a funeral in the funeral company in their reserved area could see it, okay? And if a funeral company wants a fee for us, as the agreement says, in the reserved area, everything is written, okay? So this kind of model, it's easy because we can probably work in every part of the world. For example, when I went in Romania last week, I worked from the airport because it's easy only with the laptop to take care about everything, and even for the commercial partner, the clients, to take care about everything. Okay.
So very transparent what you do.
Yeah, because first of all, because we are a joint stock company, and in the second part, because we want that all the people that works with us are conscious about what we are doing.
Okay. I'm looking forward to getting the presentation. We will include it for everyone. Feel free to use lunchtime to have chats.
Thank you.
And if there are no further questions, Andrew has a question from the UK.
First of all, thank you for your presentation.
Thank you too. You are so British.
It doesn't matter where you are in the world, things happen to us all. You're doing really well, and I think English is a really flexible language, so thank you so much for speaking it.
It's good, my English?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
Very good.
Thank you so much.
I've just got one question that I want clear in my mind. So, if somebody travelled from the UK to Italy, their death would be covered by their travel insurance, generally their repatriation. But many travel insurance policies also have, financial claims in terms of compensation. How do you make sure that you're not pursuing the same claim that the travel insurer may be for negligence from a third party?
So I don't really understand the part of the insurance that you explained me.
Yeah, so it's not the costs and the process for repatriation.
Yeah, okay.
Many travel insurance policies also include provision for personal injury claims or
okay. The particular policy, the specific policy. Okay. In Italy, we take care about this kind of particular policy, because, for example, in Italy, we get insurance even for our life, or if you are a good footballer, you take care about your legs. Okay, I know that to the death insurance, there are this kind of policy. Okay, in that case, in a fatal case, we take care about them with the 0%, because we have already the case. Okay, so we take already the percentage to the client. Okay, so if we are able to talk about the insurance, even about this policy, we doesn't take money for that. I don't know if I answer you. Half. Yeah. What is the other half? Okay, okay, so we can get. No, thank you too. Thank you too. You're welcome.
All right. If we have no further questions, I'd like to thank you very much.
You too. It's a pleasure for me. Thank you.
And as Andrea already said, thank you for doing that without your technology.
No problem.
To the rest. Studio 3A is very generously hosting our dinner this evening. So the people that you see around the room from Studio 3A will also be with us at dinner. What we're going to do now, ladies and gentlemen, always too few ladies, but hi girls. We're going to, we have a little bit of time before lunch. What we're doing now as a group, we're going to go outside to the front entrance. We're going to take our group photo. Hannu is there. There he is. He's our photographer of the day. He spontaneously was volunteered to do this by me. So Hannu is going to take some wonderful photos for us. He's from our Finnish association and a wonderful photographer. So we're going to meet at the stairs, take our photo, take a breather. Lunch is at 1 o'clock. So we have a half hour. I don't know if somebody needs to go to the rooms or whatever you would like to do. We can keep our things in here. It's not a problem. So we will move now to the main. Sorry?
Picture. On the stairs of the picture. Very nice. The stairs of the bridge. Bridge stairs.
Oh, even better.
Better.
Okay, everybody look out the window.
Yeah. You see the bridge?
The bridge where the man with the blue jacket is.
On the stairs, the bridge stairs.
Excellent idea from our Italian. So we will walk out the main entrance to the right to that stone bridge. Also, you can do double.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
We spoke.
Yeah, I remember you, Catalina. I remember you, and I see Unirea. I see Unirea in the list. I think, oh, this Catalin. I remember in Alba Giulia. I remember. It's a pleasure for me. And then, thank you.
Came to Romania